Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 31 of the TEW 2020 UJPW series here on the channel. It's United Japan Pro Wrestling here for the Royal Road Tournament. And, this is going to be huge. 16 participants in this open weight tournament to determine the number one contender, but also for the Unified Now Grand Heavyweight Championship. But also, we'll get the Ricky Dozer Memorial Cup as well, so that's fun. And, the first ever winner of this Royal Road tournament. I mean, that's pretty special. It's pretty special. As we have the matches laid out here, we'll take a look at just the tournament to just see where we're all at here. So for the round of 16, of course, there'll be 8 matches for the first night, and they are this. Akira Taue versus Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono versus Cactus Jack, Stan Hansen versus Ultimo Dragon. Poor Ultimo Dragon there, and maybe he'll be able to pull off that upset, but Stan Hansen's a tough dude to be facing when you give it up a lot of size like that. Doug Furnace and Kenta Kobashi, Norman Smiley versus Terry Funk, Junichiro Tenryu taking on Dr. Death Steve Williams. What a match. Shinya Hashimoto takes on Gary Albright, and then to end out the round of 16, Tosha Kawada taking on Dean Malenko. Get a hell of a match there in Kawada versus Malenko. There's some fun matches on that, kind of first round of the tournament. There will be, hopefully, 3 tournament nights as far as nights 1, 2, and 3, and then for the final night, it will be the final show. We'll look at the final show going into that final night, so we won't take a look at the card now. Obviously, we have some title matches up our sleeve that we're wanting to not reveal since there's some champions involved in this tournament here. I will say, though, but Hayabusa versus Jushin Thunder Liger is happening, though, on that final card, so you do have that to look forward to for the Unified Junior Heavyweight title, so that should be fun. But yeah, let's get rocking and rolling here to this Royal Road show. As, I would be remiss, even though I was going to wait to speak about this during the New Japan episode, because that's where he is involved in on the channel. But the untimely passing of Katsuya Kitamura, unreal. I saw he was trending on Twitter, and I was just like, wait, what's going on here? As far as is he signed for another fight? Got excited to see it, and immediately was floored by seeing the headline. I mean, talk about a guy that just had it. A once-in-a-lifetime, as far as signing for New Japan. I don't think there'll ever be another guy quite like Katsuya Kitamura to be signed. First of all, the background he had before getting signed, combining bodybuilding with amateur wrestling, what a great combo for professional wrestling. Second of all, he also is unfortunately someone that will always be, I think, their biggest fumble of a person. As far as New Japan, how they regarded, as far as Katsuya Kitamura. A lot of it's also him not being able to stay healthy, unfortunately, but a lot of it is they kind of wasted a lot of his prime years, which is unfortunate now, especially seeing how he's passed so young, but really, he should not have been involved in a lot of Young Lions stuff. Really the big thing for him, New Japan doesn't do this, and it would have been a nice thing to see, but he should have went either right out of the gate as a push guy and as a guy, with the Olympic experience, which they'll never do because, that's not tradition. But I would have loved it if they would have sent him on basically an early excursion without even saying it's an excursion, call it like a developmental loan deal, sending him over to Wrestle 1 or 01 or, as far as the promotions that were, or even a Kayatai Dojo or any, because I don't think they were 2AW at that time. Send them to a smaller Japanese indie, let them just crush people, and let them just get those experiences instead of just working a Young Lions style match for 2-3 years. And then, he wins the Young Lions Cup, and that was awesome, and that's definitely a highlight, was waiting for that 7-match trial series. Of course, right before the 7th match, he gets injured and just never seen again in the wrestling world. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate, because not only did he seem like a cool dude, but just someone that young, again, it's just crazy. He was his mid-30s. Like, that's wild to pass like that. I still haven't heard yet what the ruling has been on as far as on how he passed, but just man, um, that one hit me pretty right in the chest there, because obviously seeing him, as far as booking him on the New Japan series, it's I'm always kind of keeping him on my mind, but being able to team him and the Great Khan in that series has been so fun, because I always thought like they were going to be the team, once they graduated, because they just seemed like they were going to be a fucking unit, and it was cool to see that he kind of did Kitamura's kind of like warm up, like jumping little stretching gimmick during the show yesterday, which was cool to see. Give him a little nod of the head there, a little tribute to him, because really, yeah, Katsuya Kitamura, you will not see another one like that. I really don't think so. I don't think in my lifetime there's going to be a guy that New Japan's going to have that is just that ready to go right out of the gate. And they just, rather treat him like a normal young lion, which I don't think he should have been. He should have been definitely a special case where they shoved him out there a little sooner, which is a mistake probably as well, as far as having someone that green working with some very talented guys. But I think those guys on that roster, you think about some of the guys he could face, in a big time setting, like a Kazuchika Okada, like a Hiroshi Tanahashi, a Tetsuya Naito, like they had the guys to work with him to get him even better, which, I just feel like they're desperately needing someone like Katsuya Kitamura now. You see how kind of stale the roster is. He would be a great, as far as addition to that roster now. Just unfortunate. Very, very sad, as far as tweet out, thoughts are with his family and his loved ones, because, just a shocker of a passing. And those are always the tough ones, as far as coming out of nowhere. But yeah, this has been a crazy couple of years, though, as far as untimely passings. We saw, as far as Sarah Lee from Tough Enough passing, she's a couple of years older than me. She's like 30. Out of nowhere, too, which is a little scary to think about, as far as being that close to somebody in age, and that passing's just out of nowhere. Brody's passing a couple of years back now is still, very much it's just a fucking shitty raw deal that was. It's unfortunate. But now to pivot back into the Royal Road here, as far as this tournament, excited to see how it plays out. We're going to be at the Tokyo Dome for this first night. We got to be at the Dome for the first night, because we got some big-time matches. I'm not sure what's going to be the main. I kind of want it to be Kawada and Dean Malenko, to be honest. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But Taue provided a crate of free drinks for everyone. Way to go, Taue. In fine form here, giving everyone some free drinks before the show. But, yeah, as far as this is just going to be the main, show, as far as there's only the 8 matches, so we don't really need to add anything more. But Kawada and Dean Malenko, 24 minutes this match is going to go. There's a 30-minute time limit to these Royal Road matches, just to kind of make them feel, have a little sense of urgency. If there's a draw, both guys get eliminated, the guy gets a bye, is kind of the idea here, just a little, in case that happens. But Kawada getting the win, he's advancing to the next round. As far as this co-main, probably Tenryu and Dr. Death. What a match. This is basically, it's cool that this happened in 1995, because this is kind of a throwback to really the late 80s, early 90s, All Japan. These two dudes are going to beat the shit out of each other. Going to be some crazy suplexes. It's going to be awesome. Madoc's going to beat him. That's a very good match, though. That could have went either way. Tenryu's a little unhappy about it, but I think he'll be just fine, hopefully, there. I really would like to see a Stan Hansen Ultimate Dragon match right before that co-main. I just think it'd be a fun match to see. And plus, we're going to have it be, 20-minute match, which is pretty solid for a Stan Hansen Ultimate Dragon match, but Stan Hansen will get the win. So, tough break for the juniors in this. They both lost in the first round. We'll probably go... That's tough, because I really like that Hashimoto-Albright match, but I don't think that's going to do it. TEW and Muto's a good one. Also, Kobashi and Furnace. We'll probably go with that. It's a good little match. They've had a couple of matches in the past. We're going to have this as a Steal the Show match, funny enough. As far as... That might be a mistake, because they got a 90 when we had that last time. I don't think this needs to be a Steal the Show match, to be honest. I know we need one Steal the Show match, but I just don't think that's going to be it. I think we have a better option. So we'll go with 20 minutes there. So back-to-back 20s. We might make that a little bit more, actually. I bump that up to at least 23. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, and then the TEW Kaiji Muto. Muto's going to beat TEW. 28 minutes. Probably the longest match so far, as we have seen, booked for the tournament. Yeah, then Cactus and Chono. Cactus Jack beating Masahiro Chono. That's a huge win for Cactus Jack. Hell yeah. Yeah, then Hashimoto, Gary Albright. As a 25-minute matchup. Shinya Hashimoto going to get the win over Albright. So only one of the half of Miracle Lions Alliance is advancing. Then Norman Smiley versus Terry Funk. Match that's happened before. Happened at the Champion Carnival this year, which Norman won. He's going to win again. This will be the match. That will be the Steal the Show match. Maybe that's a bad choice, but I think this would be a good idea to have that start off the show like that. There we go. We'll have to look at the standings as far as going into the second night. And obviously, it'll be pretty straightforward. But, yeah, we have to give more time to the show, though. 2:30 on the clock. Yep, that's not enough. Just barely not enough. 3-hour show. That's a little bit more like it. Alrighty. Let's run the show. I don't know why it's taking so long. I think I was extracting a file in Winmar, but I think everything's good to go now. But, yeah, Norman Smiley beats Terry Funk with the Norman Conquest. It should have been, as far as such a short match, kind of hurt the eyes of it being an important match, but they got the show off to a strong start and got the crowd buzzing. So that's kind of what we were wanting to get there, but Norman gets the win there. As an 81 for Shinya Hashimoto. I don't know why we had it as Royal Road Tournament Finals. It should just be Royal Road Tournament. Or maybe we just have it just be the UJPW Royal Road, since it's going to be Tournament Finals Tournament. But Shinya Hashimoto, he gets the win, even though he shouldn't have. I know he's injured, but he gets outperformed by Gary Albright. He gets the win with the Jumping Spike DDT. An 89 for Cactus Jack and Masahiro Chono. Chono does outperform him by 2 points. Got the crowd out again. That's a good match, though. Good performance from Cactus Jack. It's a great win for him. He needs that. That's a great showing. The TEW losing to Kaiji Muto. Moonsault there for Muto. Huge win. Getting the win at 28-28. It's a fun little match. Good stuff. I believe that's a first-time meeting, singles-wise. And a 94 for Kenta Kobashi and Doug Furnace. Kenta Kobashi beats him with a brainbuster in 23-26. Some good shit. Good shit there. 97 for Stan Hansen against Ultimo Dragon, as Stan answers a lariat in 20 minutes. Tough break for Ultimo. Another 97 for Dr. Death Steve Williams and Junichiro Tenryu. Backdrop driver, of course, for Dr. Death in 25 minutes. In our main event, hey, a 98. Tosha Kawada with a Kawada driver over Dean Malenko in 24 minutes, but 92-94. Very good stuff there. That's going to be a tough show to beat. That was pretty good. 2 97s, a 98, and we progressively got better, too, throughout the show. You love seeing that. Yeah, it's a very solid first night. So you see everyone on the left there is advancing into the next round. We got some fun matches lined up, though, for sure. And it's going to be a hell of a finals, I think. Just those names there. I mean, most of those guys are still doing, 90 performance ratings and whatnot. That should be just a great match. I think that's a good spot on who to put over there. Kawada, Kobashi, and Doc. Good stuff. So yeah, on to night 2 we go. Alrighty, so we have everything pre-booked for this night, which is nice to see. I'm not sure if we're going to run the Tokyo Dome again. I know this is basically the next night, so maybe. Maybe not a terrible idea, because we should still be able to sell it out. We'll just have to look and see how that goes. But Anil Yamaguchi was brought before Wrestler's Court, accused of not paying attention during a locker room meeting, as the judge stands and found him guilty and sentenced to buy a crate of beer for the locker room. As so the standings for the tournament. Let's I do want to check this though. Tokyo Dome. Oh, it'd be very very close. Yeah, maybe not. That might not be the best of ideas. Well, let's see. We got as far as Osaka here, we could run Osaka Joe Hall for night 2. I don't hate that. I know that would be kind of severely under, but I don't think anything's going to be even close to what. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing that's going to top that. So yeah, we'll just stick with that. Oh yeah, we're already here for this. So the tournament page. So the quarterfinals: Kaiju Muto versus Cactus Jack, Stan Hansen versus Kenta Kobashi, Norman Smiley versus Dr. Death Steve Williams, the Little British Combat Club versus Miracle Vines Alliance matchup, and then Shinya Hashimoto versus Toshiaki Kawada, a rematch of what was a hell of a final match between those two men in the Champion Carnival. But that will probably be the main. Again, we'll see. Because I know it might not be because of the injury that Shinya Hashimoto has, actually. So there is that. So we have a little bit of a building block as far as for the undercard. So that's nice to see. We have to build up for the junior heavyweight tag team. Or not the junior heavyweight tag team. The junior heavyweight, just the unified junior heavyweight matchup as Hayabusa teaming up with Firecat against El Samurai and Jushin Liger. So Steel the Shred matchup as Firecat will take the loss there from El Samurai. Where is the... There it is. Yes, the build up to the junior heavyweight tag team title matchup. So it's going to be Tiger Mask 3 and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. I know it's kind of weird that he's never really been featured as a junior heavyweight, but he's got the size for it. We're going to have that happen because I think it's going to be a good match between those two teams. We're going to have Jun Akiyama team up with Super Generation Army, take on Dean Malenko Wild Pegasus Dory Funk Jr. Jun's going to get the win with the probably Exploder if I had to guess. We'll bump that up. The opener is going to be Super Astro versus Tomoe Honda, and obviously Young Lion's going to take the fall there. Just wanted to get Super Astro on the card. Oh no, we're good now. Yeah, good to go. And then to build up to the All Asia Tag Team title matchup, we're going to have Hiroshi Ase and Kensuke Sasaki against the Headhunters, as Kensuke's going to beat Headhunter B to build up to that match. We'll probably... Yeah, I think, we'll have it be there. So now for the tournament matches. I think we're going to have Hashimoto and Kawada actually start off the 4 matches. So Kawada's going to beat him in 28 minutes. The Champion Carnival Finals was a 98 when we ran it back in April. But yeah, I think that's a great win for Kawada. Then probably Norman and Doc. Maybe not. Kaiju Muto and Cactus Jack. Probably the better case. That actually might be the first of the 4 matches now. But Kaiju Muto's going to beat Cactus Jack. They don't have great chemistry, which is unfortunate. But still should be a pretty good little match. Hopefully there. Then Norman and Doc as the co-main. Doc going to beat Norman Smiley. So that's going to be a huge match there. Maybe a potential tag team title match there for the Miracle Vines Alliance team. Then Kenta Kobashi, Stan Hansen. Kobashi's going to beat Stan Hansen in 28 minutes. That is your quarterfinals, and that is day 2, which I think, this should be a hell of a show again to carry off what we just did on night 1. As, let's see what we got as far as for the show length. Again, we'll just go with 3 hours. Oh, we have to, Oh, Boris has been given too much. Alright. So to say, we should be ready to go, but, Boris. That'd be Dory Funk Jr. Hey, that's perfect. It's on the show here. So, Super Astro beats Tomoe Honda with Astro Scissors in 10:30. It's a good little match, though. Second rating of a 70. Can't beat that. 75 for the 6-man tag of Vampiro with the Headhunters against Shinichi Nakano and Hiroshi Ase and Kensuke Sasaki, basically, Tender's Revolution. So the Headhunters, they did pretty well, but Hiroshi Ase with a 93. That's insane. God damn. As El Samurai tapping out Firecat with a Samurai Clutch in 9:46. You know, too short of a match. El Samurai and Firecat went out to the level of Hayabusa and Jushin Thunder Liger, obviously, but still a good little match. Got the crowd buzzing. It's not bad. 88 for the sixth man of Super Generation Army versus Dory Funk Jr., Wild Pegasus, Dean Malenko. Jun Akiyama pinning Dory Funk Jr. with a wrist clutch exploder. It's a good win there for Jun Akiyama, though, as Dean Malenko with a 92, 83 for Tiger Mask 3, and some mid-70s there. You know, Kikuchi with a 79, 77 for Wild Pegasus. Jun Akiyama doing well. Just Dory Funk Jr., though, just kind of sneaking up the joint a little bit. 91, yeah. So even though they don't click, still a good little match as Muda with the moonsault over Cactus Jack. Just a fun little match. Or that, yeah. As that's the right decision. I was thinking I fucked up, but no, that's the right decision. Never mind. 92 though for Toshiro Kawada versus Shinya Hashimoto. So yeah, the rematch not as good this time around, but you know, gets the one with the Kawada crab. Just hilarious. So then the co-main. So 91 is Norman Smiley and Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Man, was hoping for a little bit more from that matchup. I know they lack psychology, which you know, that's tough to have. But backdrop driver for Dr. Death, Steve Williams over Norman Smiley. It's a 95 there for Doc, 91 for Norman Smiley. We'll see how the main event does. The 94. So, but again, I was hoping this would be a little bit better. Deserved better color commentary, and I guess, you know, as far as Yamamoto was pretty weak at the announcing desk, but 100 for Kobashi, 98 for Stan Hansen, Burning Hammer for Kobashi in 28 minutes. Hell of a match. It's crazy, the night one, they could not top it. So, I mean, that's a really good card, though. Just, a lot just didn't go our way, unfortunately, there. But I am still proud of that show. I've been proud of the tournament so far. I feel like it's really helped showcase just how, you know, deep of a roster we have when Masawa's not involved in the tournament, obviously, because he's the champ. But, yeah, you know, Kobashi, Stan Hansen, Steve Williams. Just like that. Boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, now on to the, as far as the final night for the tournament matches, we'll have, as far as, and now we'll go into the semifinals. Should be some big matches, though. Should be some big matches for sure, and then not really sure what else we're going to have on that card. We're going to look to build up more of those matches that we have just seen being pre-built, and now we can try to get some more. So we got some people, a lot of people we've let go of from UJPW. Gregory's one, as far as if we can just, I was hoping we can click just on our company. Look at the alumni list, or at least the news page. There we go. So, yeah, Vader, of course, is finally gone. Joe Malenko, gone. Jun Izumida, gone. It's crazy about the Joe Malenko thing, losing him. Just felt like it was time, you know, just let his contract run out. He, you know, was 40 at this time. He's working for PWFG, though, so at least he's going to get some work done, but it's kind of crazy that he's ranked, you know, pretty highly in the rankings, but it's just like, he's doing some good stuff, though, at least for PWFG. He's not, like, you know, he's getting carried by, like, guys like Ken Shamrock, but still, could be worse. And, you know, he's getting carried by Dean, you know, for us, so it's not too bad. He should do okay for himself. But yeah, on to night 3 we go. Alrighty, the semifinals, as we have for the semifinals matchup, Kaiji Muto taking on Kenta Kobashi, and then Dr. Death Steve Williams taking on Toshiro Kawada. Of course, the winner of those two matches battling out for that finals. And, you know, as far as getting the potential, the first ever Ricky Dozen Memorial Cup and winning the first ever Royal Road Tournament. But we'll go on to take on Mitsuha Masawa at the October Giant Series. So that should be very, very fun as far as Nippon TV, U2 America. There we go. Oh, we have backstage incidents. Oh, we got a lot of them. Dory Funk Jr. passing microphone work to Black Tiger 2. Same thing for Taue, passing on microphone work to Masato Tanaka. And then Dean Malenko wants a bit over Ogawa. Wow. Lucky Ogawa. As far as for the show, yeah, I don't want to go back to the Tokyo Dome just yet. Not exactly sure where we'll run, though, because not a whole lot of venues that can fit that many people. Yeah, I guess the Nagoya Congress, the Nagoya Civic General Gymnasium will be it. Boy. Boy, oh boy. But yeah, for the main event, between the two matches, I think Kawada and Dr. Death is the better match. And Kawada's going to get the win right before the 30-minute mark. Doc was the agent. Well, that'd be Choshu. And then to see who's going to take on Toshihiro Kawada. Is it Kaishimuro? Is it Kenta Kobashi? It is Kenta Kobashi right before the 30-minute mark as well. So what a finals. Kenta Kobashi versus Toshihiro Kawada. We'll go through the card now. As far as for the Royal Road final show, the matchup card, Kenta Kobashi versus Toshihiro Kawada, of course. But we have 4 title matches as well on that card. For the UJPW Tag Team titles, we're gonna have Miracle Violence Alliance taking on the British Combat Club. Of course, we already knew about the Hayabusa Jushin Liger Junior Heavyweight title matchup, but also a Junior Tag Team title matchup as Tiger Mask 3 and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi taking on Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. And we're also gonna have an All Asia Tag Team title matchup of Hiroshi Hase and Kitsuke Sasaki against the Headhunters. Then as far as the non-title matches, the undercard. 3 Musketeers taking on the Crushers of Destruction, a 6-man, Junichiro Tenryu and Antonio Inoki against Akira Taue and Masa Fuchi, and then Terry Funk and Cactus Jack going up the show against Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey, which that's a hell of a matchup. Should probably flip those 2 matches, but that's alright. Guess it's, yeah, we're going to do that, actually, because that's a much better opener to have. Yeah, that just makes a little bit more sense. So for the rest of this card, though, we have a couple of Young Lion matches pre-booked. As far as we're building up for as far as British Combat Club and Gary Albright and Terry Gordy, which they are not a good little team. Gary Albright and Terry Gordy, unfortunately. Then as far as Crushers of Destruction, Johnny Ace and Bam Bam against Chono and Shinya Hashimoto. And then Tenryu's Revolution taking on the Holy Demon Army, which is another good little, fun little 6-man. As Shunji Takano gonna get a win over Black Tiger 2 there. But yeah, as far as the co-main, I think we'll have it be the Crushers of Destruction versus Chono and Shinya Hashimoto, as Chono's gonna beat Johnny Ace there in 20 minutes. And we'll just kind of go right down the line here. British Combat Club taking on the Miracle Violence Alliance. Johnny Smith gonna beat Terry Gordy. I think it still should be a good little match, but because they don't have good chemistry, it might bring it down a little bit, but it shouldn't affect it as a whole there. Terry Funk and Cactus Jack and Hideki Ozaka taking on the Stan Hansen, Dan Spivey, and Brad Armstrong team. Brad Armstrong going to beat Hideki Ozaka there in 10 minutes. Then Tenryu's Revolution against the Holy Demon Army. Of course, we saw Shunji Takano going to beat Black Tiger 2 there in 20 minutes. Then for the Young Lion matches, Choshu and Nagata. Choshu obviously going to get the win there. Believe that is the first time meeting, yeah. And then 2 Cold Scorpio obviously going to be beating Kentaro Shiga in 10 minutes as well. Pretty straightforward stuff. We try to make it, as far as building up to that final show, but also, sprinkle in some Young Lion matches in there. And as far as, we really did a good job as far as time-wise for this show. So we can just only go to 2:30, and it should be good to go. Yep. Let's run it. So 62 for the opener. 2 Cold Scorpio with the Scorpio Splash on 10:26. It's good little matches. He gets the win over Kentaro Shiga. It's a 40 there for Kentaro Shiga. Gotta get him a little bit better. It's Riki Choshu gets the win with the Lariat over Yuji Nagata. It's actually pretty close. Just kind of funny. Another 60 there. It's an 80 for the 6-man of Tenryu's Evolution against the Holy Demon Army. As Junichiro Tenryu and Masa Fuchi do the same as far as ratings-wise. And Taue does a little bit better than those guys. And Black Tiger 2 did better than everybody on the other side. Shunji Takano and Shinichi Nakano. So yeah, an upset for sure. Shunji Takano getting the win. At least he was the better of the two, of Shinichi Nakano and himself. But tough break. We're still trying to build up Tenryu's Evolution the best we can. As the Steal the Show matchup got the crowd buzzing, but we probably should have picked something else. This is a good little match, though. Stan Hansen with a 97, Cactus Jack with a 93, Brad Armstrong outperforming Terry Funk. Some good stuff. As Brad Armstrong gets the win with the side Russian leg sweep over Hideki Ozaka, who stunk up the joint a little bit. He's just kind of a man without a country right now, because as far as Satoru Asako being out, it's really affected his, as far as being able to be booked and stuff. Johnny Smith and Steven Regal beating Terry Gordy and Gary Albright is, yeah, not great, but it still got the crowd hotter as Johnny Smith with Death Valley Bomb. I'm just happy no one's gotten hurt so far, because that would be unfortunate. So yeah, Hashimoto working through the injury. He still outperforms both Johnny Ace and Bam Bam, and then Chono, of course, outperforming him. But as he gets the win with the Yakuza kick for Johnny Ace in 20 minutes. 99 for Kenta Kobashi over Kaiji Muto as Kenta Kobashi punches his ticket. See who's going to take on the finals. Is Dr. Death Steve Williams? Is it going to be Tosha Kawada? Of course, it's Kawada, but wow, look at that. Dr. Death, though, does outperform him. Hell yeah. Steve Williams is awesome. You know, we kind of still have the window of opportunity to him being like a legitimate heavyweight champion. And I would like to see that happen, though, in this series, because he's obviously, I mean, really, the early and mid-90s of All Japan, he was definitely their top guy, and he kind of took the role that, you know, as far as filling that role after Hansen had gotten older. And he was fucking awesome, though. Those matches he had, the Kobashi match specifically, will always be enriched in my mind as far as just fucking batshit crazy. But yeah, Kobashi and Kaiji Muto having a hell of a match, though, with that 99. I think we're going to give the love to Kenta Kobashi, Kaiji Muto, and Dr. Death Steve Williams. Fantastic stuff. But I think that's, so far, you know, this tournament's been a really good idea. Who would have thought putting the 16 best of the best as far as for UJPW in a tournament would have been a good idea. But yeah, now on to the final show. Alrighty, the finals are set. Who's going to play it out now? As there's no backstage incidents, they have us in a generic venue in Kanto, which they'll be definitely changed to just the Tokyo Dome. Goddamn, there's so many people that we could be running as far as being able to fill out like it's almost a 70,000 seat arena. But yeah, obviously, Kenta Kobashi, Tosha Kawada will be the main event to see who's going to take on Misawa. And also be the first ever Ricky Dozer Memorial Cup winner. And it is Kenta Kobashi. What a huge win for that man. That's huge. Yeah, that is absolutely huge. Poor Tosha Kawada loses in the finals of the Champion Carnival this year. And he also lost at the finals of the Ricky Dozer Memorial Cup tournament as far as the Royal Road tournament. So that's just tough break for that man. Going so far, but yet not being able to finish it out, though, unfortunately for him. But a 40-minute matchup should be a banger. In that one, Miracle Vines Alliance versus British Combat Club as the co-main event. This is a hell of a tag team title match up, though. 32 minutes, and the British Combat Club will retain. So this is, funny enough, they have never beaten the Miracle Vines Alliance. They've drawn, but every other time the Miracle Vines Alliance has beaten them. Until now, finally, they beat them. Hell of a story, you know, there, as far as being able to finally beat the one of the most dominant teams in UJPW. And then Hayabusa versus Jushin Thunder Liger for the junior heavyweight title. I mean, this match is going to be fantastic, though. And we have a new unified world junior heavyweight champion in Hayabusa. He beats Liger. This is the first time they've ever wrestled each other in the Say, which is pretty magical, to be honest. But yeah, that's going to be a fun match. And we have a new junior heavyweight champion, which Liger's had a good run, obviously, as junior champ when he was both the double champ and now once the unified champion. So had a hell of a run. I feel like it's time to get the belt off get up the belt off him and get it on somebody else. Junior tag team titles stay with Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. This should be a really good match, though, as the Super Generation Army are going to fall short there. But that still should be a banger of a matchup, though. And then for the last title match of the night, Hiroshi Ase, Kitsuke Sasaki against the Headhunters. Are we going to have new All Asia Tag Team Champions? We will. So they're going to beat the Headhunters. They've had one defense during this reign. They've had the belts for, I think it's like 40 days, something like that. 56 days. So not bad, almost 2 months. As far as their first reign, of course, was a little bit better, but I think it's a nice little in-between reign, as far as having, it's a shortish reign, but it gets the belts on a new team as well, though, and I think they're going to be the better team in Kinsuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Ase in that match as well. So then the Three Musketeers versus the Crushers of Destruction. I see we're already going to have to change the time of the show. So the Three Musketeers are going to get the win, as Kaiji Muto is going to beat Johnny Ace there in 20 minutes. Right choice. for sure. Then Hanson and Spivey against Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. As Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey are going to get the win. They're going to beat Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. They've had a couple of great matchups. The Excite Series, matchup that happened earlier this year, that was a 99, which Terry Funk and Cactus Jack won. They, Hanson and Spivey, the last time they've won was back in 1993. I think it's time to give them a win here, but that's a fun little match, though. Funk's a little unhappy about that. That's fine, because he's definitely going to get outperformed by Stan Hansen. Then to open up the show and have it be the Steal the Show matchup, Akira Taue and Masato Fuchi are going to beat Shinichiro Tenryu and Antonio Inoki, as Taue is going to beat Inoki there. Yeah, I'm kind of over having Inoki, to be honest. He's, the stamina's kind of affected him now. He's still over, but I really, just for how much money we're paying him, just not worth it, to have him around at times. We'll have a couple of pre-show matches, and then we'll be ready to run the show here. I mean, I know we've been kind of running through this tournament pretty quickly. But, oh yeah, I don't know why I even tried to do 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's got to be a 3-hour show. Yeah. It almost had to be a 3-hour, 30-minute show. But for the pre-show matches, we might go with a couple singles, to be honest, as far as getting the Young Lions involved again. It's not a terrible idea. As I know, like Takeo Mori, his experience as a 25, I think he's now finally able to, just now finally out of that Young Lion phase. We might have him beat a Young Lion here as far as, or maybe even somebody, like a Jinsei Shinzaki's fine, or even a Bill Anderson might be a good idea. Try to help elevate Takeo Mori, because I think he has the talent. Obviously, we just gotta get him there to that point, but he's gonna beat Bill Anderson there. I'm sure he'll be upset by this, but really don't have any plans for Bill Anderson, so it's fine. Oh, he doesn't even complain. Way to go. Then for the other pre-show matchup, I mean, we have a good bit of Young Lions. We got Yoshihiro Takayama to use. As far as Damon Honda, obviously, and Gatoro Shiga. We might have Kojima against Yoshihiro Takayama. It was a fun little match. Oh, Teo Kia, obviously, as well, as far as another Young Lion. Fun little match. Kojima gonna get the win. There we go. That is the Royal Road Finals card. Let's run it. It's 51 for the pre-show matchup. Satoshi Kojima set out Spinebuster at 9:52. We gotta give him the fucking lariat and the fucking cozy cutter. 61 for Takeo Mori against Bill Anderson. Yeah, Takeo Mori almost in the 60s. Good shit. Good stuff there. As a 72 for Junichiro Tenryu and Antonio Inoki, as Inoki tears his rotator cuff, losing to Masato Fuchi and Akira Taue. Obviously, the Taue Fuchi team is pretty good, as far as the second best tag team for the Holy Demon Army, obviously behind the Holy Demon Army team of Kawada and Taue, but that's still a really good as far as teaming there, and that's a good match. Good little match. Even with the struggles of Antonio Inoki there. 93, though, for Hanson Spivey against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Yeah, as far as wrong team wins here, but we needed Hanson Spivey to get a win. As Hanson with the lariat. Dan Spivey's kind of overstayed his welcome, I think. We might need to think about bringing in somebody else to team with Hanson, because Spivey's not getting up to that level of everybody else now. It's a good little match, though. Can't hate that for an undercard match being a 93 and an 89 here for the Three Musketeers against the Crushers of Destruction, which, Hashimoto's injury again, taking a big toll on him, but, Chono and Muto outperforming the Crushers of Destruction, which they didn't even do that bad. All those guys are in the mid-70s, which is not bad at all, but the Muto lock, Kaiji Muto over Johnny Ace in 1948. It's a good little match. Good little match there. There's an 86 for the All-Asia Tag Team title matchup as Hiroshi Ase and Kensuke Sasaki against Headhunters there as the All-Asia Tag Team Champions, the new All-Asia Tag Team Champions, and Hiroshi Ase and Kensuke Sasaki. Northern Lights bomb, though, for Kensuke getting the win there. Then a 99, Jesus Christ, for Tiger Mask 3 and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Good stuff here. I mean, what a match. First of all, definitely exceeded expectations. At 99, that's fucking nuts. But, yeah, for their first defense of the UJPW Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles for Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Good luck topping that. They just about did. Oh my god, as Liger loses to Hayabusa. What a win, though, for Hayabusa. I mean, he's been fantastic. That junior division, you have Liger, Dean Malenko, Wild Pegasus, Ultimate Dragon, Hayabusa. You have these just top-level talents, and it's been paying off really, really well. And it's Hayabusa, though, new champion, and I'm excited to see where he goes with the belt. But Liger, as far as he's good enough, obviously, to be a heavyweight guy, and as far as do we pull the trigger and try to give heavyweight Liger a run? It's kind of the question that we kind of have right now. As far as do we pivot maybe with Liger, with maybe going to the junior heavyweight tag team titles with him and El Samurai? That's a hell of a team. We'll see. 97 for the tag team title matchup of Miracle Violence Alliance against the British Combat Club. What a tag match, first of all. Second of all, I mean, it's crazy to think the British Combat Club are like one of the best teams in the world when you think about it. But Norman Smith on 99, 96 for Steven Regal, 100 for Dr. Death. Just a hell of a match here, but Norman getting the win over Gary Albright with the Norman Conquest in 31 minutes. Boy, oh boy. Let's see how the main event does here. Wow. It should have been way better. It should have been like in 99 range, but it just, announcing, heard it. That's just crazy. Poor color commentary. And poor announcing. Unreal. But I'm still very pleased with that matchup, though. Kenta Kobashi does outperform Toshika Kawada, so the right guy wins. He gets the one with the Orange Crush just before the 40-minute mark, rather. And he is set to take on Mitsuha Misawa at the October Giant Series tour for that main event. But thank you all for watching. Yeah, what a tour. That was a lot of fun to run that tournament. That went so very well. I cannot believe the best thing on that card, though, was that junior heavyweight tag team title matchup. Unreal. So I'm going to give some love to Dean Malenko. I'm going to give some love to Kenta Kobashi. Then probably Steve Williams for that 100 performance. That is nuts. But yeah, on to the October Giant Series tour. We try to make that a big deal. We try to make that one of the bigger tours. And Kenta Kobashi versus Mitsuha Misawa. Does it get any bigger than that? Can Kobashi beat him? Is Kobashi finally going to beat Misawa here for the belt? We shall see. As we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.